there who asked me about peculiarities of architecture in Georgia, and here I am, right? And here in Batumi, the buildings are very interesting. I guess there are many videos on the internet about them, about their funny balconies. And yeah, I've seen a lot of examples of those balconies, which are what will be the right word? Specific? Okay, specific will be the right word for describing the balconies over here. But it's interesting. Here in Batumi, it's been the 2 weeks which we've already spent here in Batumi. And some people have already asked me what I think about architecture here. And there is an example of a building behind me. And I understand that many of you have seen a lot of videos everywhere and maybe articles about specifics and peculiarities of architecture. It is really specific here, and that's the only word which I can... curious, it's interesting, it's really unusual. There is a modern word, authentic, authentic. Like people need more space and they build this space for themselves. It's really unusual. We'll just write this building. We like playing the game, find 2 similar balconies on one building, and we were never successful in this game because it's really impossible. People just need more space. Oh, there's water here. People just need more space and they create this space for themselves. Well, I'm just walking through some yard. In elder part, it's quite cozy. They organize space around. But balconies are funny. So what is so specific? If you just go through some old part, you will see that they are old buildings. They are not fashionable. They are all the same. But people need more space, and they just decide to attach some extra space to their houses, and then their upper levels will do the same. Okay, it's quite, expected and predictable when people do it living on the first floor. But then when you see a balcony right somewhere in the middle of the building, okay, on the 3rd floor, and there is like it's the only balcony on the building, it's very unusual. It's something. I wouldn't like to stay here forever. It's interesting to live here, maybe for a year, maybe for half a year, but I don't think that I would stay here for longer, because as I can see it here, there are lots of skyscrapers. Yes, and while building these beautiful, they're kind of beautiful. I don't really like them, but okay, let's call them beautiful. And just a moment there. So they're building these new buildings, constructions. Oh, I like it here. Look, there is a water fountain in the yard, and that's not the only one for which I saw. But again, they start building such skyscrapers which appear everywhere, and then there is no infrastructure around. Like they have the building, and there are no parking lots around, and the roads themselves are very narrow. For example, if you walk along the road and there is a narrow pedestrian line, but it's kind of okay for the older part because the city isn't really big. But if they build that many buildings for more and more people there, all those people might one day will go down and will start walking around, and they will need maybe cars, maybe just going for a walk, and that will be a really overcrowded place here. I don't want to see it in real life, because right now a lot of them are under construction, so they're still in process, not finished, and it's kind of okay. No, like in comparison to Turkey, where I was last year. In Turkey, if they build a new house, there is a big space around. But right here, you can see there is no organized parking lot. There is something like that, if you can call it organized parking lot. I wouldn't really. And they have troubles with plastic container. That's the first one which I've seen. Yep. I've seen some advertisement in our Telegram chat. There are some Telegram chats with people who just moved to Batumi from Russia, and they discuss these things, like where to go, or how to organize their life. And they were discussing the issues with plastic. So, that's what I am saying about. Again, there is not enough space for those people, so they decided that they want to live on the upper floor, but there was no room, and they decided that they can build some extra space. It's cute, and right behind it just a big, huge hotel. Actually, there are 2 twin hotels. We tried to count, there are more than 50 floors. Maybe not that one with 50, but there is one with more than 50. And to my mind, it's horrible, because there isn't enough space for all those people who are going to live there one day. Because you see that the yard itself, it's cozy. Yes, it's cozy, but it's only good for small community. They organize some kind of space for their children, like football pitches sometimes with fences around, or maybe some playground, but it's not quite common, I would say. And in the new areas, there is really no space at all for anything. There are no parking lots and nothing. And if you walk along the street, you can understand that the street itself is narrow. And right now there are quite a lot of traffic jams. And there is a construction. So, to my mind, it will be impossible to live here exactly in Batumi. After maybe they finish all these buildings, all these constructions, it's gonna be incredible. I mean, impossible in a negative way. I don't know. It's a beautiful place, and it would be great to live here, but why are they doing it in such a thoughtless, mindless way, without thinking about how to organize their place in the future? No, I don't know, maybe somebody has some kind of plan for the future, but I don't see it really, because we've seen some hotels, and the hotel is staying right near the sea. Just there is a sea, there is I wouldn't call it a beach, it was a narrow line of stones, and then there is a pedestrian lane, there is a street, and then the hotel. Right? So people who will come to this hotel will have no space around, they will just go outside into the street. It would be a great disappointment for some of those who got used to coming to hotels with a park around the hotel and I don't know, swimming pool maybe, because I didn't see any space around, because there were 1, 2, 3, 5 buildings around this hotel. So no, I don't understand how they organize infrastructure here. Okay. So that's my opinion and vision of this situation. But it's interesting again. It's still interesting to see how colorful this life is and how unusual it is. I hope you have I hope you can get these positive vibes from me, because I really like this place, and I hope that you will come here too and enjoy this. So see you later. Goodbye.